All right, let's go. How's everybody doing today? Hope you're all having a good and prosperous Saturday or whatever day it happens to be that you're watching this. Format for this is going to be same as last time. We're going to do a little bit of chat with the chat. Then we will go through the Loquitur Grand Arena. Chat some more in the middle. Maybe do some account reviews, whatever. And then we'll do the main account Grand Arena. And then we'll close it out with the Obtesio account and get that taken care of real quick online, on stream. Should be an interesting day. Interesting day. Loquitur matchups are just brutal this time around. I'm really against a lot of accounts. You guys saw the one I fought last time, 7 million. I said if the guy decided to play, I had no chance. And so he decided to play, and he just stomped my teams and won. So it wasn't much I could do there. So we do have a loss in the books for the Loquitur account. Got to look at something here real quick. Looking particularly see-through on my camera today. Huh. Well, the transparency's set correctly, so I don't know what that is, but but yeah, I look extremely transparent. I got a white line right down through the middle of my head. I don't know if you guys see the same thing I see, but it looks kind of goofy. Got some fleet battles to fight here. Gotta go for some fleet arena placement on my accounts. Try to get some of those free crystals. It's interesting the way this fight works out against Malevolence with the with the Umbran Starfighter in here. We go first, then we can do this mass assist, and we'll just get tons of turn meter back. And this Umbran Starfighter is going to go again, like right away. And if we get enough damage on these guys, we got buff immunity here. We can target back here, kill 2 ships, and still do damage over here. It's a pretty interesting little combo. And then he'll put the buzz droids on us. We can bring in Plo right away, clean that all up, give ourselves some turn meter. 3rd turn on that Umbran Starfighter already. It's crazy how fast that thing goes. Soak some hits with our Hound's Tooth. Buff up our ships just in case. And then the goal, of course, is to get this Hyena Bomber out of here before we have to take another round of buzz droids. It's not easy with this Hound's Tooth in the way. Okay, we can get back to him now. Let's just stay on him. All right, get our offense down. That's no good. We're just going to do a basic. Try to do big damage back there. Hound's Tooth might get in the way again. He doesn't. That's very kind of him. Just do this for big damage. We'll do this mass assist. Take him out of here before he gets another round of buzz droids. Now we can do Anakin's area effect. Get buff immunity on him. And that's the battle anyway. 3rd place in fleets. All right, let's catch up on some chat over here. Gregory B is in the house. Andre Passati, David Baker. Inquisitor Corvius says, greetings, may the force bring you balance. Nice. Ryan Sandberg is here. Frick Frack Paddywhack. Good morning, Inquisitors. Nice. Joey DeGoat. Storm Pooper's here. Zantoir Yurtaev. Ooh, that's a hard name to say. Jantoir. That's a mouthful. Mithri Taekwondo's here. Emo Kane Strize. Strize is in the house. Hey, everybody. So, Arva's here. Hey, Arva. Nice to have you in the house. Ninja Jedi, Bard Westrom, Wilson Young. Joey DeGoat says, how are you liking the new First Order ship? I don't know. I haven't even messed with it. Haven't even touched it yet. So many things to do on 3 accounts. And so few resources to do them. So, yeah, haven't messed around with the new ship yet. What do you guys think of it? Has anybody played around with the First Order ship? The First Order tank? Is it good stuff? Looks like it'd be good based on the text and the how the abilities should interact with the rest of the fleet. TK is here. Bard Westrom says, I finished all the Lord Vader requirements. First GL on the account in a few days. Nice. Lord Vader first. All right. Trying to get through this Executor versus Executor matchup. Get all this stuff off of us. Oh, man. He got the first reinforcement. More damage onto the Razor Crest. Yeah, see, this is where I struggle because I'm going to lose my Razor Crest right away, and I will not be able to get his Razor Crest killed in return. So sometimes the sequence of events just does not work out in my favor. I've tried the sit back, relax, casual, slow roll it. Never works. This blue contract that they get from bounty hunters gives them plus 25% speed. If I sit back and slow roll it and they get the contract and I don't, turns out the same way every time. So I have not found a successful set of moves that guarantees me a win. At least not yet. Tried the Negotiator with the Vader. If the speeds work out in the right way, sometimes you can just take in the Vader's tie. You can get target lock with 5s, and then Vader's tie can remove all the buffs, and you can put buff immunity on the Houndstooth and really knock them down in a hurry. But again, I've not found that counter to be reliable. If they have a Relic 9 Piet, it just doesn't work. So that's my experience. Interested to know how you guys deal with the Executor. Even in the mirror match, like I said, I don't have a good time in the mirror match. I'm going through my other accounts right now, forfeiting my arena battles. I don't want to play when it's not my payout. I didn't get to play during my payout. So we'll just throw some battles real quick to get our daily quest completed and be done with it. Maybe go back to some fleets here in a minute. Close out all my daily objectives, get all that free loot. Good stuff. All right. Let's catch up on the chat here. DL about to slay some GAC. Ninja Jedi. All right. Bard Westrom says, hello, nice to catch you live here in Europe. Yeah, Saturday's a pretty good day. Arva Blood Spirit says, what I'm doing against Malevolence is hit Hyena with 5s, so it does buzz droids on everyone, and then just take all the bonus turns with JKA. Fight is usually over by first reinforce for him. So you speed up the Hyena Bomber intentionally. Yeah, because when all the other ships get hit by buzz droids, it triggers Anakin's turn meter. I could try that. Umbran is great on offense, but it makes Negotiator super easy to beat with standard Malevolence. Yeah, I got Rex to relics on my main account, so on the main account I've definitely switched over my defenses, and we've put that Rex in as one of the starting ships. So, oops. So that's the defensive fleet that I'm going to be running now that we got Rex to relics. We did replace that Umbran Starfighter with the Arc 170 here to make the defense a little bit better. This to me, what I'm fighting against Negotiator, this is the defense that can most easily go sideways when I'm playing my finalizer. So I think that's, I don't know if it's the best defense for the Negotiator, but it certainly is, I think, the best starting three, the most flexible against the most things. Yep. New First Order ship is looking amazing. Arnold was consistently killing full optimal Executor fleets with the 7-star ship and relicking his Hux to R7. Looks like the new ship gets viable at 5 stars. He was killing full optimal Executor fleets. Oh, wow. Nice. The Echelon has helped me beat Executor in Arena for the first time ever. Oh, man. If that's the case, I'm going to have to go all in on it. We're going to have to just go all in on it. The new First Order ship seems to be awesome. New Executor counter, more consistent than Malevolence. I'll be unlocking JMK tomorrow. How good is he without Cat? Good enough. I mean, he's not bad without Cat. A lot of times you'll see him in Arena. I think, honestly, if you play him in Arena without Cat, use 2 tanks. Get the Jedi Knight Guardian going or some other reasonable tank to go with him, because you can put Kenobi in there, but just with 1 tank, it's fairly, I'm not going to say it's easy to counter, but it's not as hard to counter. With a second tank in there with Kenobi's abilities, being able to, put the tank in the way and give him damage immunity, it gets pretty nasty. So I would say if you don't have Cat, replace that Cat slot with a second tank. That's my experience. Those are the teams that I've seen messing around in Squad Arena and stuff. Those are the teams that are harder to beat than just a straight Kenobi team. It's interesting, though, if you put him on defense with only 1 tank and no gas, the rest of the damage dealers aren't that great, and he starts to lose some of his threats. So I think 2 tanks, or you do have to commit a really strong damage dealer in there like gas to make it a good defense. My opinion. I see a lot of vids defending Executor seems to always get the contract first. How come? With the way that the AI works, you just have a standard 15% chance to miss stuff. And for the fleet battles, if you don't apply breach on your skill, you don't get a count toward the contract, and the AI doesn't suffer that 15% failure rate. So if you have to get 6 breaches in order to get the contract, the computer is going to give 6 breaches on the first 6 breachable skills unless somehow you resist one of them with your tenacity. Whereas you, on the other hand, have to land 6 breaches without ever hitting that 15%, just fail it. And that means that the majority of times you can get the contract when they get the contract, or you'll miss it and you'll get it on the second round. But yeah, I've watched Xeris' video over and over again, and he actually dumbed down the speed on his characters and all that. But he just the order in which the opposing ships went in his videos isn't the same order that I face in my Fleet Arena climbs daily. Hey DL, do you think that Executor is more important than the GL? Did you read the title? That's something we're going to talk about today. I think, the opening salvo here when we're working on fleet battles and just chatting. I think that's definitely the topic of conversation for the day. That's kind of the thing that needs to be discussed is, and in context, how important is fleet in Grand Arena and in the grand scheme of the game. So I'm interested to know what you guys think. So before I start with my opinions and just start, telling you what I think, I would love to see in the chat, in the comments, what you guys think about fleets right now. How important do you think the Executor is? Is it critical to have, nice to have, absolutely must have it for Grand Arena? Like, how do you position this ship? And how much effort do we think people should be putting in toward getting it over other useful things that you could be doing in the game? Let me know. Let me know what y'all think. Let's target this spy, get a taunt on it. Then we're going to go over here and kill this. The taunt only lasts one turn. I don't have the skill cranked up. Oh well. I haven't converted over to my Geo fleet yet on this account. Still working on getting the Geos up and running, so we don't have a good success rate beating the Geo fleets right now with our little fleet, especially this guy here. He's got the Houndstooth that he brings in as a reinforcement, and it's pretty tough for us to beat that and still get to the Geos before they rough us up. All right, let's see if we can... what are we going to do here? Let's bring in the Vulture Droid. Try to get buff immunity on Spy so he can't stealth. And then do what we can to get this thing out of here. We got blind on him for a turn, so... yeah, he's still got our Spy out of here. That's no good. Now we're done. We lose. I think it's important right now, but I think in the next 6 months might change once Fleet Arena Crystals leave. But if Fleet Arena Crystals don't leave, it's one of the most important things in the game. I think your first GL is more important than Executor, says Mike C., but Executor is more important than your second GL. Jantoir says, fleet is important. You get crystals, and Grand Arena could be won if you have better fleets. Arva says, well, I think Executor is as important as your first GL. It's a win condition in itself. Mithri says, fleet is the most important for me. Secured so many wins. With the new cheap counter, Executor lost a bit of priority for me. It's a Crow says, I think Executor is pretty much required after your second GL, or by the time you hit 4 million, whichever is first. Fleet Arena is basically an arms race to Negotiator Malevolence, then to Executor at this point. The Finalizer counter is actually expensive. Arva, so help me understand your comment. The Finalizer counter is actually expensive. If you've already got the First Order fleet because of an SLKR journey, it doesn't seem like that much of a stretch. So help me understand. Is it just that you have to get Hux to R8 to get him fast enough? Or is there some other thing that I'm missing? You can lock out any of the zones and make your opponent work hard with a GL. Locking out fleet is somewhat equivalent to locking out the back zone. Ah, Mike C., you hit upon something that's so critical to the discussion. It's very... I think... you took away some of my thunder here, buddy. That's fantastic. Yeah. So that's a huge thing, right? Fleets are important, and holding fleet is important. But if you hold fleet, you're holding a back zone, whereas if you can hold with a Galactic Legend, you can quite easily be holding a front zone. And that is a very, very important distinction. And especially like with my account for Darth Loquitur at Erodium, if I can hide a bunch of teams behind a galactic legend, then it saves me some teams that I can put on defense that don't have to be great. And with fleet, I can't do that. So fleet, let's say you have the best fleets in the game, and you can hold fleet no matter what. And then you put down a really light defense, and your opponent walks through it with high banners. Man, if you stumble at all, you still lose. So it's important, but I don't think it's a one and done like people think. Like you just, as long as you defend that fleet zone, you automatically win. I don't think it's quite like that. With Razor Crest going to the fleet store, I think it should be your first or second big project, says Zymergy. Stry says if you have a fleet advantage but are out GL'd, your opponent can use your GL advantage and negate the fleet advantage by blocking top. So Stry's comes back to the same thing. If you block the top and you block fleet as the top, then you can take your 2 big fleets on offense and leave garbage behind it and still be good. Arva's talking about the finalizer. You need high relics on pretty much every relic. Yeah, I actually reliced my TIE SF pilot to relic 6 to get the speed where I wanted it for the fleet. So I've already invested extra relic levels in a lot of my first order. I mean, crew is relic 8 already. The SF TIE pilot's relic 6. I think Hux is still 5, but yeah, I think if you've got the fleet from the SLKR journey already, then it doesn't seem so bad. There's no fleet raid or fleet PvE. You can get a lot of PvE done with a GL. Mike C says, I expect that if when the move to take crystals out of fleet, they will put those crystals somewhere where fleet will still play a role, so fleet won't be wasted. Interesting thoughts. I've been thinking about it, and I do think that they're going to rationalize the crystals out of fleet, and I think whatever they do, I'm going to be unhappy with it, because right now, I mean, I don't have enough crystal income on my accounts to be satisfied. If I can't get that fleet win, if I can't get those fleet crystals, man, it's going to slow down my account building by a lot. And I don't like that idea. I don't like them taking both fleet and squad away from us in that way. And whatever they put back, I just have a feeling like you're never going to be able to get back to that top 5 where you get 300 crystals or more per day. They'll probably like double the amount of stuff that you get out of GAC. So then instead of getting 120 crystals or whatever, you get 240 crystals. So they need something in the game to keep the crystal income up. And that's not me just complaining. I think that's what it takes to balance the game and to be fair. Arnold did the counter with R7 Hux and Officer. That's not expensive if you have the fleet already from SLKR, says Mithri. Rest was just GL requirements plus 6 dot mods. Okay. What's a good SLKR counter for C rushes early game? An SLKR counter for C rushes. You just build your SLKR and you put him on defense. If they bring their C on offense, C against SLKR is actually not an attractive matchup. It's you got to have armor, you got to have some stuff to make that matchup work. If you don't, you're going to lose the matchup. See, we can bring in this ship and just try to slow roll it here, but I mean, we lost our ship right away. Yeah, maybe in that one we could have healed up the Razor Crest and been, better off for it. Maybe could have saved ourselves some grief. The one knock on Executor, I think, is significantly less appealing to guilds than a GL. Ooh, it's a crow. That one isn't true. That one isn't true. Which is why I think you should do it at least after your first GL. 3 stands, 3 streams and no answer. SLKR counter for C rushes early. Anyone? I don't understand what you're asking. If they have C and you have SLKR, you put your SLKR on defense, they put their C on defense, you're fine. If they bring their C on offense, they have to beat your SLKR, which they probably won't do. You're fine. SLKR in Grand Arena against the C, you are positioned better than they are. You still have a Kylo Ren Unmasked team that you can put down. If you're not to your SLKR yet and you haven't balanced out your account and you just started building First Order, you're going to lose to a lot of things. You got to build your Geos, build your Jedi, build your Empire team with Darth Vader. You got to build Padme. You got to build up those teams that go along with, you know, the early game success. You've got to have some of those teams. You can't just build straight First Order. So I honestly don't know what question it is that you're asking. But that's how SLKR, if you have equal accounts, you balance the account, you built a GL, the SLKR account should beat the C account every time. 100%. Your GL is better. Your teams are just as good. All that the C build has, they got a Sith off team, which is okay, and they have the Trooper team, which is good. But you have good teams as well. So I don't understand what the question is. Then you have +1 fleet compared to what a C build is going to have because you have the finalizer fleet. All right. We'll get in here and take another shot at this Geo fleet. So you guys think that I should just should I go crazy on that First Order ship and get that up and running? I'll have to take a look. I'll have to do some research after today's stream. Figure out if I want to do that. Sounds like I do. I was talking in the Ask Loquitur channel. I got asked if I was going after the First Order ship, and that's what I basically said. If it holds up against Executor, then I'll get it. If that's the case, I'll probably, what is it? Probably about $150 worth of crystals that we have to spend to get that fully functional. Soldier or Spy? We tried Spy last time and it didn't work out for us. Let's see if we can get Soldier down this time. See if we can get this Soldier taken out. There we go. 3 versus 1. Houndstooth coming in. Yep, knew that was coming. Alright. Billion counterattacks to deal with. See if we can get a stun on him. We do. Try to do some big damage. Heal back up. Get advantage too, that's nice. Big hit. Alright, get on in there. Live. No. Dang it. Alright. Bring this in. Try to... Oh man, dodged. Yeah, we're going to want that on Spy. First Order tank will get a nerf. TK predicting the nerf already. Wow, it's that good, huh? Alright, let's do this. No luck. Too many tanks here. We got to get our Anakin's ship up and running on this account. We'll get the Geos up soon. Once we get the Geos up, we'll be able to fight with other Geo fleets. I feel like it won't be a problem for us to be able to climb. Yeah. We're just going to be stuck top 10 for another day. Not going to get through this. Alrighty, though, it's fine. Geo's coming up within a week or so. We'll have them fully functional, have their ships to 7 stars. I think we've already got the soldiers ready for 7 stars. Spies close. Yeah, 94 out of 100. So we're just inches away from having these guys to 7 stars. Sunfac's lingering behind a little bit, but that always happens. Not a big deal. We'll get that taken care of. All right, let's get caught up on chat over here. He's right about GLs over executors at lower levels. Most of our territory wars are decided before fleets come into play. This guy finally reads my question, but reads it wrong and spends a ton of time answering the wrong question. Okay. Wayne Tech Gaming. Well, Wayne Tech, you have to ask your question then. What question are you asking? If I'm answering the wrong question, ask the right question. If they're going to nerf the new First Order ship, then it's not worth rushing. Well, we'll see. I'll take a look. If it's that good, and maybe we could rush it, or just go all out on it, and then hope that after the nerf it'll still be good enough. Just my opinion. I disagree. From what I've experienced, you get past a certain galactic power, you have enough decent core teams. GLs are not as unbeatable by non-GL teams as suggested by some. I think that Executor is great. However, I'm a big fan of Gas to Lord Vader to JMK to Executor. This Inquisitor is pounding in Chromium 2. 1-1 lost today. Blessed. Sorry to hear that, man. It makes perfect sense. C account versus SLKR account. How does C win? Or with what team? That question's been answered 100 times. That you got to have the armorer. You put in Han Solo, shoot first, hit Hux. Use Thrawn to give armorer a turn, and get 3 stacks of Beskar on C, and you win the matchup. If anything goes wrong with any part of that combination and you don't get 3 stacks of Beskar on C, you lose. That's it. You got to time your whole team. It's got to be right. You got to have the right tank. SLKR is very hard to beat with C. That's the way it is. But that's the team that beats it. You have to have armor with C, and you have to get the 3 stacks of Beskar. Once that's on, then you can't get critically hit. SLKR will get 1 ult, but he won't get to a second ult. If he can still get critical hits on you, get to a second ult, you lose. Every time. Okay. Oh, and then other people answered the same thing. All right, Pretaunt drops to below 60% health. Yeah, that's what you have to have. You have to have a Pretaunt tank, and the first stab from SLKR has to take it below 60% health, but not kill it. It's so hard to try to make that for Grand Arena. If you're doing it in Squad Arena, when I was playing in Squad Arena, I had 3 different tanks. I had the Sith Empire Trooper tank at 1 level. I had my Geos with the Brute Alpha, the Brute tanks at a different level. And then I had, for really slow SLKRs where I could outspeed them, I had the red tank that I could use. And I would literally have to change out my tanks based on which opponent I was fighting in my Grand Arenas. Or in my Squad Arenas. To have all of that set up and ready to go for Grand Arena, that's rough, man. It's rough. C is at a huge disadvantage against SLKR. Can SLKR be beaten in 2 shots like you did 2 times on stream? Yes. SLKR can be beaten in 2 shots. Yep, definitely. The problem is some of the cleanup teams, like even my clone troopers, they have a basic ability on, is it Rex or Echo, that removes turn meter. So the whole time you're killing him, you're removing his turn meter, you're giving him tons of health and protection back. So some of the cleanup teams, because of the turn meter gimmick, do struggle more against SLKR than they do against C, for sure. Hey DL, why didn't you decide to build into SLKR considering you had a few of the prereqs already? Was it just because Kenobi is better or because you didn't want to build First Order? On my main account, I built 2 dark side GLs right away. So we went with SLKR first into C, and what I found is that the account was so dark side focused, and dark side GOTB isn't a problem for most guilds anymore. So it's not an advantage to have a massive dark side roster. And then when you get into light side GO, which is the current, struggle to get the most stuff, there wasn't a good GL team for me to anchor and get waves for my guild. So with the Loquitur account, then for sure, I wanted to go from a dark side GL into a light side GL with more of a focus on the light side territory battles, to balance out the account, to help my guild more. Cat with Kenobi is pretty fantastic, and I wanted to build Cat on the account anyway. So Kenobi just made a lot more sense to me, and the journey has it's funny because the C journey builds up a bunch of good stuff for good teams, and the SLK or the Kenobi journey really doesn't build specific teams, but there's so many good characters that you want in other teams. You get Shaak Ti for your clone team. You get Qui-Gon for, the Jedi team. You get Grievous and Magna Guard for that team. So it doesn't make like one good team, but it makes all kinds of teams better. So that's why I like that journey so much, because there's not a lot of wasted characters in there. And I wanted a light side GL. Blessed Carrot says, hey, I'm almost at SLKR with the new First Order tank beating Executors. Not bad. Great job, Blessed. Hey, Dale, what's your opinion on the Wampa Omicron? Apologies if I missed it. Yeah, I talked about it in the last stream, and my opinion is I think it's going to be really good. I think he's going to be able to solo some pretty strong teams. I don't have a Wampa built up to Relic, but I believe that if you build that Wampa correctly, he's going to be a monstrosity. I may build him. I'm looking at that right now. On my main account, I won't say I'm close to Lord Vader, but I'm close enough that it feels close. Let's see if I've got that journey pulled up. Yeah, so I've got 3-4 characters left to Relic to get my Lord Vader. So I really don't want to take a break for a Wampa right now. So I kind of want to just push through and get this Lord Vader and then come back for Wampa. But I'll probably build him. It's very likely that I'm going to build him and Omicron him. Juan Sanchez got a super chat in. Hey, thanks a lot, man. That's awesome. I really appreciate that. Hello, and how are you today, DL? First Order fleet theoretically should be more powerful than all other fleets, since their ships were more advanced and powerful than others, only losing due to plot. Pilot, maybe. Yeah, I like the Executor, or the Finalizer fleet a lot. So you think the First Order fleet is going to be more powerful than everything else with this tank now? Man, you guys are making me want to just go over to my main account and just throw down on this tank. KY Brandon says, for me, I'm following your guide pretty closely, but I've decided that after I get C, I'm going into gas, into JMK because of the Watt shards. Yeah, gas is another fine journey, and I may very well circle back around to gas as soon as we're done with the JMK journey. I don't know, though. I don't know. I think we're going to try to pick up Executor we'll go toward JML. I think the timing on JML is going to determine whether or not I go for gas in between. That's a long way off. We'll figure that out in 3 or 4 months. JMK Journey looked better with Wampa like that, right? Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. So let's say you never invested in Wampa. You're not building a Wampa currently. Then I would say you wouldn't probably go out of your way to build a Wampa just to Omicron him. I think it's one of those things where if you're going for JML and you're building the Wampa, then putting the Omicron on him makes sense. But I don't know if he's going to be good enough to just like drop everything with your get one, get in there, and get Wampa going. I don't think he's that good. And with Iden Versio and Zam and Qui-Gon just easily available, I would say until you have those 3 Omicrons, you're probably not looking for Wampa anyway. Hey DL, coming up on my first Omicron, what would you suggest, Zam, Bounty Hunters, or Qui-Gon? I think Qui-Gon is better. Zam needs to be relicked. If you're going to build a Zam team, you're going to want to commit to at least Gear 12 or Relic on the Zam. So that's it. Qui-Gon you can play at any gear level and still have some kind of success. Zam needs to be, since she's sharing her stats, then she needs to be heavily statted. With your experience, how much time for a 7-star Wampa? If you're in a good guild getting a lot of get one, probably it's about 50,000 get one, right? So probably 5 or 6 months to be conservative. If you're in a really good guild, you could probably get it sooner, but probably 5 or 6 months, I would guess, if you don't have any Wampa shards at all. The warrior said, that's exactly what I'm doing, wasting all my get one. I'm tempted to do exactly that, just build Wampa just for his Omicron, way ahead before I get myself toward JKL. So RV, you think it's that good that you're just gonna get the Wampa? I don't know, man. Let's man, you guys are talking me into it. Maybe I'll just do that on my main account so that we can see it. Maybe I'll just do it on my main and we'll see how good the Omicron is together. I'm late to the party, says Darth Sozi. I can hang for an hour. What did I miss? Well, I'm going to wrap up the discussion on how important are fleets. So for me, I think having at least 2 really strong fleets is critical to your success in GAC. I think having 4 fleets is good for your success, but I agree with what's been said. I think building your first really strong team, and it doesn't even have to be a GL, guys. If you build Darth Revan with Malak, to me that qualifies. If you build Gas with a full Relic 501st, to me that qualifies. If you build Galactic Legend, that qualifies. You want to have some kind of defensive team that you can just thump down as a cornerstone and try to threaten your opponents and keep them from being able to make progress through your character zones. And I think that's more critical than going for Executor. SLKR and Rey, I still think, are 2 premium first Galactic Legends. C is really good from the character side. SLKR does get you a fleet, and Rey, if you build her, does get you a fleet. So I feel like those journeys, and especially the SLKR and Rey, because they get you a fleet, they're really good first journeys. And if you did, let's say, SLKR into Executor second, you would get SLKR, a Finalizer fleet. Everybody's going to build Negotiator and Malevolence fleets, and your Finalizer fleet is in there from the SLKR build. You can get the Executor afterwards, and you've got all 4 of your fleets taken care of. Same thing with Rey. You'd have the Radish fleet instead of the Finalizer fleet, but it gets you all 4 fleets sort of taken care of. So a fleet-dependent GL as your first big project, followed by Executor, seems like a fantastic way to just keep winning in Grand Arena. But I do think that first big character journey still comes before the Executor journey. So that's how I'll wrap it up. That's my opinion. I'm glad so many people were willing to share their opinions in the comments. And again, it's all subject for debate, right? Because if you're building good stuff, you can always make the argument that building other different good stuff is also good. And that's true. I mean, if you build a CLS team first and a Rebel fleet to full relic first, and you say that's that's good, well, you're right. It's good, right? Like there's a lot of different ways to build good stuff. I just focus on what I think is the most efficient path, and right now that's what I'm thinking. That the most efficient path is really one of the fleet GLs into Executor. It's the most efficient early game build. And honestly, if you go Techno Union into the GL, into the Executor, then I think it's perfect, because then you've established all your income and you've got that locked down too. All right, let's catch up on chat and then head into a GAC. Been chatting for quite a long time. I think Wampa might be able to beat at least stuff like Phasma First Order. I think if you went to like a Relic 9 Wampa, maximized his armor, and statted him for armor, I'm telling you guys, I think he could take out a CLS team. I'm telling you. I think it'll work. Just calculating the stats in my head and trying to think how it works out, I think he soaks so much damage and gets so many counterattacks that he might be able to beat a team like CLS. As crazy as that sounds, he has to deal with that initial stun, has to live through that first. But yeah, I don't know. I think the character's crazy. Don't forget that mods are the difference. Would you invest in more than one fleet at once? I'm building Empire, but also unlocked Negotiator. Started Galactic Republic. So much fleet stuff. Well, look at Obtisio, right? So Obtisio, I'm working on 3 fleets. The account is 9 weeks old. It's 9 weeks old, and I'm working on 3 fleets. We've got the Geo fleet coming up. I'm already working on the Galactic Republic stuff. I'm already working on the Rebel stuff for a Rebel fleet. So I'm working on 3 fleets, like, in the first 9 weeks of the game. That's literally all I'm working on. I'm building Geos. I'm building pilots. The clone team that I'm working on has a ton of pilots. We're going to start getting Rex's ship. So, yeah, I think if you're very early game, I've said this tons of times before, make your early game teams your pilots. And then you can work on fleet and characters at the same time. I don't know, DLCLS is too good, I think. Yeah, it is too good. And people said that about Padme, too. Padme is way too good. You can't beat Padme with Nest. You can't take one character in and beat a full Relic Padme team. Do it all the time. Do it all the time. It works, right? It works, guys. So maybe Wampa needs certain mod set, certain speed, maybe, but we'll figure it out. I think we could beat some pretty strong teams with Wampa. All right, that's it, guys. I think there's going to be some whaling on my main account. How about this? I'll drop $200. We'll get Wampa Relict, and we'll buy that First Order ship, and we'll get both of those things going on my main account, and we'll see how it works out. All right. Does that sound good to you guys? I think I have enough for an Omicron on my main account. Let me go take a look here real quick. Cantina battles. Boom. 21. I have enough for exactly one more Omicron. So we've got 4 already, right? We've got Zam, Qui-Gon. We got Mara Jade for guild stuff. And Iden Versio. So Wampa would be our 5th. And then with our 6th, we would definitely have to go back to another guild-based territory war Omicron after that, to be fair. Help out the guild. Yeah, I think we'll do it. We'll take Wampa straight to Relic. I won't wail on him in a way where I just go in and like spend on gear until I get him there. For me, what whaling means is I'll put crystals in my account, and then day by day I'll work toward getting him relicked. And it might take me a week to get him relicked that way. But I'll slow roll it. I'm not going to just spend tons of crystals on gear. That makes me twitch. I can't do it. I gotta do it in the most efficient way possible. But we'll try to get Wampa before Probably won't have him for next week, but we probably can get him for lock-in the week after. Maybe. We'll see what his gear looks like. If his gear is super easy, I may be able to get him in the next couple days before lock-in. Do it for science. It took Arnold over $340 to 7-star the First Order tank. What? All right, let's look at the store. What options do we have? We get 20 shards here. And then it's the standard $12.99. So you can do like 12 for 100. If we average 7 times 12 is 84. So let's say we get lucky and get 90 shards for every $100. We'd have to get at least 200 shards. Yeah, so we're looking at maybe $250 to... If we just put it at 6 stars, would that be enough? Could we 6-star it? If we could 6-star it for 150 and not have to spend that last 100, that could be maybe a working option. Like I said, I'll have to go do research. I'll have to watch what Arnold did, figure it out. I'm thinking about using my 200 crystal Cantina refreshes instead of the 3 100 for Echelon. I would wait until the last day of the Galactic Chase to 7-star it. Yeah, I see what you're saying. So start investing in the 200 crystal refreshes and make sure we get all the shards we can off of that. Buy it up to, if we're going to go to 6-star, buy it up to, 6-star, and then on the very last day when we know how many shards we're going to have gotten, then finish it off. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know if it's going to be that much money, I don't know if I can afford to whale that much. Again, I'll do the research after the stream and we'll see what happens. All right, let's take a look. Erodium 3. In the last round, we fought this guy that was 4.5 million galactic power more than us. And he did decide to fight. So we cleared one of his GLs and 2 zones, and he just walked to the bottom zones, cleared some stuff up top. And there's no way I could catch him on banners. And he just played till he won and then didn't even finish. I'm sure he still had more teams and could have probably finished out the Grand Arena. But, when you're fighting up by 2.5 times your galactic power, I don't know. Can't be expected to win. I did have a conversation about matchmaking, and they're just to understand my point of view, there's no matchmaking. There's no attempt on behalf of the game or anything to actually, in fact, match people of any similar place skill or style or whatever. It just, whatever your skill rating is, goes up and down based on whether you win or lose, and you get paired up against people at your same skill rating. And that's it. The game makes no attempt in any way to make a fair matchup. You just get paired up against people at your same skill rating. So people complain about the matchmaking. There is no matchmaking. You rise to your level of incompetence, and then that's where you stay. And if our level of incompetence is people that are 2 and 3 times our galactic power, then you can't expect to keep winning at that point. There's got to be a point where you get stuck. All right, so we've reached the nosebleed seats, right? We've got nosebleed here that we're fighting. 5.6 million galactic power. Again, almost as much just in ships as we've got in characters, and 3 million in characters. Tons of stuff. Plenty of fleets. Negotiator, no malevolence, but it does have the Negotiator, Radis, Executrix, Chimera, Home 1, all the stuff. Pilot of the ships are in good shape. Resistance stuff looks good. He's got a Rebel fleet, Empire fleet. So he's got 4 fleets plus a cleanup. 2 Galactic Legends plus Skywalker and a bunch of relic stuff in between. Relic Brood Alpha. Grievous isn't relic yet. Grievous is only gear 12. Malak is gear 12. Triumvirate's gear 12. So, tons of good stuff in the account. It's the exact same situation as last time. If this guy decides to play, I don't have much of a chance. And I saw the zones being peeled away. So he did play, and we held with the Negotiator. Ooh, we got a hold with the Empire fleet. Check that out, guys. Huh. He must have really underdogged that, like with a... Brought in a good fleet here and lost. Brought in a secondary fleet here, underestimated it, lost, and then cleaned it up. Okay, so we held on fleets. But he's got 2 Galactic Legends on defense. He's got Sith Eternal here. He's got Rey here. Interesting. Rey with just resistance. And the Rey is modded for... I feel like I'm playing on my main account. When I'm scouting this stuff, I feel like I'm on my main. Damage 8,000, so he's got a speed and health build, not a damage build, which is good for us. And we did keep our Sith Eternal on offense. When your opponent's showing that much strength, if you put your GL on defense, it's likely that you just give it away. Ooh, Grievous got 4 holds. Wow. Yeah, he was just throwing in weak teams against Grievous hoping to win. Yeah, underestimated him a little bit. All right, so we got some holds with Grievous. The rest of the stuff just fell down easy. I have so few teams. I certainly don't have 18 good teams to place. Okay, so if we can beat C without using a Galactic Legend, then we've got a shot. We can do these Geos with Nest. But then we got this Padme team to deal with. We can't nest that anyway because of 3PO. So I think we have to take the Empire team in here. Have to try to save Vader for this. Sith Eternal here. And then we've got to try to beat his Sith Eternal without using our Sith Eternal. We got to clear these 2 front zones to have a chance. Nest here. Have to do something like Mon Mothma here. So how are we going to do this? He does have Vader in there. That's harsh. Having Vader in here makes this much harder. So troopers maybe? Bring in troopers and try to clean up all these guys. And then do the clone troopers behind it. Vader's slow, that's good. As long as these guys aren't too fast, we've got a pretty good chance. 268 on Dooku with the lead. 253. 273. Okay. 240. Okay. All right. So I think we bring in our Imperial troopers. Get through as much of this as we can. And then bring in clone troopers to try to clean it up. We've got either Padme or Qui-Gon Jinn. Empire down bottom. Sith Eternal has to do this. This will have to figure something out. Okay, so let's see if we can get through that C first. That's the big challenge. We might as well... You know what? We're going to do Nest first. Let's do Nest first. Get one win under our belt. And go from there. See if we can make it through this front zone. And if we get stopped at some point by these Galactic Legends, then we're just going to potentially do some experimentation with Iden Versio against the Nest, or against the Padme team or something like that. You know, just see what we can get done with her. Take out this soldier first if we can. Put it in auto. Chat with the chat. Nest can't counterattack versus C-3PO. Yeah, that's right. He'll have enough potency to get the translations on, or the confusions onto Enfys Nest, and once you get 2 confusions, the battle's just over. All right, let's catch up on the chat. Eventually, you'll have new accounts in their first GAC season matched up against 8 million GP accounts that don't play often. You only have to miss 80% of matches to drop to Carbonite regardless of your GP. Yep. But again, if they don't play, just like, you know, facing that 7 million account, if he plays, I can't beat him. If he doesn't play, I get the automatic win. So it's just luck of the draw. I mean, obviously that player is just not playing. That's why he's at this level. I don't think people at 7 million galactic power are routinely getting beat by equal teams in Rhodium 3. Maybe I'm mistaken, but yeah, no, I would think he's a non-player. Vader loses against the Padme team due to C-3PO. Everyone gets protection up if you force crush. So if Vader loses against the Padme team, then I have to take in Qui-Gon. We'll have to take the Qui-Gon team in there, see what we can get done. That's probably our only chance against it then. Or Troopers. Yeah, Troopers don't work against Padme. That's a bad matchup. So maybe we take Qui-Gon here. Let Qui-Gons be Qui-Gons. Alright. Let's get the good trooper team in here. We'll just load it up with the best stuff that we've got for troopers. Snow Trooper and Stark. Where's Stark? There he is. C will go first, but then we should go after C. Should be able to get Sidious down. Then we'll take Vader down. Dooku, Marauder. And C will go crazy. He'll be getting all kinds of turns. There's not much we can do about that. It'll be ugly. As long as I kill 3 of his guys, we should be in good shape to clean it up. Hey DL, how do you recommend you counter somebody with a GL when you have none? Very heavy on defense. So if they have a GL and you don't have a GL, you can assume that they're going to put that GL on defense. So you then load up your defenses, assuming that you're only going to have to play 1 zone's worth of battles. And if they go heavy on defense, it'll be an equal battle. A lot of people will throw down a GL and go light on defense. Then you get high banner battles, and they get low banner battles, and that's a bad equation for them. Okay. See if we can take out this Vader now. We don't want all these counterattacks, so I have to do a single hit there. We'll go ahead and cut armor on Vader. Mass assist on Vader just to not have to deal with Merciless Massacre. Get over here. Alright. Got Super Piet. Need to link again before he dies. Oh, not gonna happen. Alright. Dooku's going crazy. C is going crazy. Alright. Not pretty. We really wanted to get that down to one character plus C at least. We got Vader gone though. That's a pretty big threat out. Take in the clones. The problem is if the clones don't work, then we're just done. We don't really have another team that can go in against him. Yeah, man. I feel like if we took Padme or something like that in here, we could probably do pretty well. Get it at least down just to C, and then maybe clean him up. So you guys are saying the Empire team won't work down south anyway. Let's just leave that alone for now. And see if we can Qui-Gon this. And if Qui-Gon fails here, then we've just lost the GAC. There's no hope for us past that point. Save Yoda. Do we still have Revan or something here? No. We've got Padme. We need Ahsoka to cleanse. Plo to cleanse. We'll try to save Yoda to go with Padme so that we can at least kill something somewhere. See if this works. Do you have the Zeta on Piet's AoE? I don't think so. Hey DL, I like your strategy to two-shot this C. Have you ever considered making a video on how to do this for each GL or some kind of guide to help out with GL disadvantages? So, Joseph, I don't usually do videos like that because, while I consider myself to be probably one of, if not the most efficient account builder in the game, I don't always have the very best strategies for how to play. I think tactically setting up my GAC, I do a really good job. But to have all the characters to make the kind of videos that you're suggesting, I don't feel like that's that's my strength. So I typically don't make videos like that. But yeah, I guess watch the streams and learn what we can from that. Got to try to take out Anakin first. Kenobi's going to get in the way all over the place. We did this before, and Ahsoka jumped over and just like absolutely annihilated the Anakin. So we're going to see if we can do that again. We're going to target Kenobi and try to make it so that he's struggling at least a little bit. Oh, he immediately got the buff immunity off. Dang it. Alright. There's no use in doing my big skill. And they're attacking Qui-Gon already. Oh, let's get rid of all these buffs. Let's... What went... Oh, man, it's only if Padme is in the lead. Ah, I forgot that. I thought we could remove buffs. Yikes. That's a pretty big waste of that skill. Try to get buff immunity onto him again. Just need to get more damage in. If we can somehow keep the taunt off of him and get over to Anakin, that would be ideal. Alright, let's try it. Nothing. Horrible. Okay, just keep working away. We'll hit Kenobi again. We'll just stay on Kenobi. Try to keep the taunt off of him by only targeting him for a minute. See if we can get another big hit down on Anakin here in a bit. Do basics to try to keep Ahsoka from assisting. Okay, Anakin, take a turn. Get rid of your protection up, please. Okay. Yeah, you got protection up again instantly. Don't know how we're going to get this done. Just start taking translation stacks off of other characters, I guess. See if we can at least keep that to a minimum. Try to hit Anakin. Take translation off of Anakin. Alright. Minute 49, we're not making any progress here, guys. This is not looking good. They are not killing the Qui-Gon. Got to get translation off of this Ahsoka. There we go. It'll help us for 2 seconds. We didn't kill anybody with that hit. Wow. Got a bunch of them weakened though. Turn meter versus health bars. I think we accept the turn meter loss. Is it better to let it time out, or is it better to quit out and try again? Yeah, I don't know. Qui-Gon doesn't work against Padme because of all the protection up from my experience. Padme MM has a better chance. Padme MM. Oh, so just do the Padme counter? Yeah, I probably should have just... Yeah, you're right. I should have just brought in the Padme lead instead of the Qui-Gon lead. Yeah. So this cleanup all depends on the skill order. What order the skills go off. We're going to take a real risky battle. We're going to go solo Dooku. Should we do the Marauder again? I think we did Dooku Marauder and that worked out well for us. We can do Dooku Marauder against Ewoks. See what we can get done here. And then I'll try to take in the Empire to clean up Padme, or I can take in Padme to clean up Padme. That could be interesting, because I've got Grandmaster Yoda. We've got Barriss, or not Barriss, Ayla. So we've got some stuff. We could potentially do Padme. Yeah. Honestly, I thought Qui-Gon would have enough damage to get through. I thought that matchup would go better. Fooled myself into believing it, I guess. Alright. Ewoks down. We just got C left to deal with. So let's see what we have left. We've got, oops, Thrawn, Mara Jade. Mara's so weak she'll get killed right away to anything. But if she lives, it might be cool. Nah, she won't live. She won't live, and she won't get to debuff anything either. So we'll just take in as much big stuff as we can. Try to get an appropriate kick somewhere with Thrawn. See if we can work our way through it. Or we could bring in Padme. Nysa says, I learned that lesson against with Qui-Gon Jinn against Padme myself. MM equals mirror match. Ah, gotcha. I got you, the mirror match. There's too many MMs. There's Mon Mothma, there's Merciless Massacre. MM stands for a lot of things in the game right now. All right. Yeah, I think this is hard. What could I bring in with Padme instead? What do I have with Galactic Republic? So we could have Padme, Yoda, this clone, Ayla, Cody. I mean, it's not horrible. Yoda does some damage, right? But if they beeline right for Yoda, then we just lose. Should we take this team in and just say a prayer and try to save Vader for something else? I think we're going to do that. We got to stretch ourselves thin. We got to try to come up with some clever stuff to get through this Grand Arena. So we're going to bring this in and hope that we can just get a timely turn with Yoda, start killing some people. Oh, man. Man, that was a lot of health and protection back. Oh. Oh. Yikes. Well, I don't think Yoda's got what it takes to get through Kenobi, but we'll see. Oh. Done. Done. Yeah, if there hadn't been that massive heal on Anakin, we might have had a chance. So that's going to happen again. We don't really have to worry about banner efficiency because if we don't make it through the front two zones, we lose the GAC anyway. So let's keep chipping away here. Okay. Now we just need a turn. Okay. I'll do Merciless Massacre. Just start getting some ability blocks on people. Something to do. Get a little bit of damage. Okay, let's kick. Get that taunt out of the way. Let's stun C-3PO. Nope. Well, let's see if we can kill him while he's kicked. Hit her. Force crush here. Cull here while we're still under Merciless Massacre. Okay, finish out the Merciless Massacre. I should have hit him with a basic so that he couldn't have done the big hit. Hit Padme. Shock. Stun. Force crush. Cull. Merciless. Hit. Hit. Force crush. Cull. Shock. Stun. Hit. Okay. Ability block. Shock. Stun. That's it. Cleaned it up. Not pretty. Not pretty at all, boys. Okay. Bounty hunters, we're scraping the bottom of our barrel already, and we still have a back zone if we get there. Yikes. Take Mon Mothma in here against these bounty hunters. Let's see what we can get done. All right, let's see. Let's put this on Boba. Then let's steal turn meter, stun him. Get over here on Bosk. We're just going to have to deal with Bosk no matter what. No. We've got the cleanse. We've got hope. All right, get that in there. Okay. Let's blind everybody. Man, my potency must be so bad on him. Yikes. See if we can get Cad Bane out of here. Who has turn meter that I can steal? Yoink. All right. Get Cad Bane out. Work on Boba Fett next. Grenade. If the battle goes long, we'll be able to get our little guy out here on the end to his second level. Get armor penetration. That's a pretty fantastic ability to take out Bosk. So we will have enough damage for Bosk no matter what. We'll get there. Steal his turn meter, take another turn. 2 turns yet to go. 3 minutes left to go. Woo! Going a little ride. Nice. Looks like we're going to be able to get 65 banners here. Unless Dengar goes off at the very last minute. Takes his last quick turn. Alright, he didn't have his area effect up. Alright, I thought he was just going to steal all of our banners. Alright, so now we've got Rey and we've got to clean up C. So if troopers don't work, the Grand Arena is over. So for anyone who thinks to themselves and has participated in the discussion about how Galactic Legends aren't as good as you think, this is what it looks like when you have two Galactic Legends and you put them both on defense. It turns out it's good. It's exactly as good as you think. Yup. All right, let's get on in there. Put this over on 5s for now. Get Rex. Oh, we should have put that on Rex, I guess. Okay, get this Marauder down. All right, 5s is linked. Start losing protection as of now. Sacrifice is in. All right, we don't want that yet. We don't need it yet. We want the damage, but I really need to be able to heal somebody. Oh, Shock T down. Okay, this Marauder is beast mode. Beast mode. All right, we're almost. Oh man, got to take these counterattacks. Dooku hits hard. Oh. Don't kill my Rex. Alright, that should be Dooku down. And C is too close to the alt. I don't think with two characters and him that close to the alt that we're going to clean this up. I think we have failed, ladies and gentlemen. Maybe I should have done it on Shock T just to give Shock T back her health and protection. Maybe that was the thing that I could have done to stay in the game a little better. Don't take a turn. Oh, it's over. Unfortunately, Marauder gets TM with every out of attack turn. Yeah, if we could have gotten the Marauder out of there with the troopers, I think that we would have cleaned that up. But with 3 characters left, that's not likely going to happen. Where's Talon? Do I even have Talon at all on this account? No. I need to get Talon at least started so I can use the passive sometimes on this. Yeah, let's do that. It'll get us free healing. And then we can put in one complete scrub of a character. No, we don't have anything else that's good. Okay. Let's get in there versus Rey. See if we can pull this one off. You have your GG tied up in a cheesy defense team, which is the reason why C will hold. So, Rey. General Grievous doesn't automatically beat C. To go along with my Grievous, I have a Relic Magna Guard and complete, utter garbage. Without any other good characters to go along with Grievous, a Relic Grievous with a bunch of bad droids, to my knowledge, doesn't automatically counter C. Okay. All right, build it up. Bam. Okay, Alt. And Shockies. And relink. Rey's natural protection is gone, so we're going to link Holdo with Poe. Geos can clean up C. Again, guys, it depends on the quality of your Geos. Gear 11 Geos with 1 relic. I mean, maybe Spy can hit hard enough a couple times to take out C, but that's a little much to expect. I can still take these guys out even while I'm in the alt form, right? Yeah. Okay. Last link. And we'll just target Ray. She should be out of lifeblood range now. And then Rose Tico versus the Emperor. She can probably win. Nope. All right, what else do we have back here? We still got more. Oh, good gravy. Still got lots of stuff to go. Night Sisters with Relic Assage. Yikes. All right. Let's try Imperial Troopers. I don't even know if we have enough troopers. Yikes. That's pretty bad. First area effect and we lose. Try them in here. Let's go. Why don't you just use level 69 Cup against C? Yeah. I beat several C's with my Relic 7 GG, R3 Magna, R3 B1, G12, and G9 Newt. I'll remind you guys, Grievous is the only team that got me any holds on defense, so there's something to be said for at least it gives me a defensive team. All right. Iden Versio getting these Phoenix out of here with her Gear 7 troopers. All right. Put this on auto. Yay. Gonna win. That's cool. 66 banners. I'm probably going to hang it up there. I could flail against these other teams, but it's not really going to do me any good. It's a loss of the Grand Arena. So let's go take a tour real quick. And let's look at our Separatist droid situation. Here's Droidica, not even built. Here's B1 Battle Droid down at like Gear 9 or whatever it is. B2, not even opened up yet. So what I have is a Grievous, a Magna Guard. I can put a Newt in there or a Watt. And then a B1 that does no damage. And I don't even have a B2. So if you're telling me that this team can take out a C, I would be shocked to see that. And my mods on Grievous are horrible. It's terrible. I don't have Grievous mods yet. I just haven't developed good mods for him. 110,000 health. It's pathetic. So my Grievous is not modded well. I don't have droids for him. I don't see how you guys think that that's a winning team against C. And then the same thing with my Geos. I have Geos. But, yeah, Gear 11s. Gear 11s across the board. So, I don't feel like that Geo team has enough stuff to beat C either. I think it's valid. I mean, I'm going to be working on these clones and giving them more gear. If 5s was Relic 7 and these guys were in better shape, I think we'd have cleaned that up. We just need to get these guys geared up, get them a little faster, get 5s the rest of his Relic levels. It'll be a good cleanup team. I went through and reworked a bunch of squads just with the idea of trying to figure out, like, now that I'm in Erodium, how am I really going to set up my squads? So I went in here and did a bunch of work, and I'm going to have to create like a Sith team for defense. We're going to have to do a C team for defense that's got lower quality stuff with it so that we can actually divide it up into 2 teams. We'll build Scion and Nihilus and get them going. Got a Scoundrel team here. The Troopers we're going to have to separate out into Big Troopers and the Versio team. Work on this Death Trooper, get Range Trooper going. We'll have to build up Stormtrooper and Dark Trooper for our main Trooper team. And then Night Sisters aren't that far off for this account. Grievous, we can put in this B2. Get him activated up and running for the Grievous team. Then make a team out of this Bo-Katan stuff that we're building. Put armor in there sometimes. Then Night Sisters here. We've got a lot of shards for Old Daka, Saj, Night Sister Spirit. I've picked those characters up over time out of the shops and whatnot. Talzin we'd have to farm. Night Sister Zombie we'd have to farm and gear up. Fin Poe team. And then, of course, we'd have to build a Get BB-8 team in order to get BB-8. But Kylo Ren, I won't mind building him, so I feel like build Phasma, all this stuff. We've got the Red Trooper already at 7 stars. He's elsewhere, First Order Sith Trooper. So with these characters, we'll be able to get BB-8, build up the R2, build this Fin Poe team. So I've got, this puts me at 19 teams. So then I will have 9 defensive teams and 10 offense teams. And see if we can make that actually functional. Of course, we got Kenobi on the way in a couple months, so that'll shake things up. We'll get Cat in here soon. Where are we at on our Cat? Commander Ahsoka Tano. I think we got 2 purchases left. 316 out of 330. We got 3 purchases left. We have to buy 3 more sets of shards, and we'll have the Cat. So 1,800 more crystals in the account, and we'll be able to get that Cat going. I haven't seen her out of the shop, like, at all. She's gone to a super rare drop for me out of the shop. I've gone a long time without seeing much Cat over here. So, got to wait for her to show up before I can finish her out. I honestly think that GG, B1, Magna, Newt, and B2 would have won. Newt is clutch to the C counter. Droidica's not needed, yeah. If the GG could take out C, the CG would have to buff C. Yeah. If my version of GG, yeah. No, I gotta put in the work on those guys. On C, if you don't have a health main stat triangle, would a protection work for now? If you don't have a health stat triangle for Grievous, then you'd be better off putting on a crit damage and just trying to make him hit harder. So I would say use a crit damage until you get health. I wouldn't put protection in. You actually want him to run out of protection so that he gives taunt to the other droids. If you give him more protection, then it actually makes it easier for the opponent to work around, I would think. So I would put crit damage on him before I would put protection, for sure. The droids except GG are kind of irrelevant. It's all about them dying and GG getting enough turns to kill C. The only thing that matters is they all don't die in the same turn by one AoE, but as long as they die one after another, GG will at least kill C. Yeah, I don't know. Without the B1 to get a couple turns in, and without the B2 and the B1 to actually do damage, that B1 does a lot of the damage. A lot of the damage. So without a Relic B1, I don't think there's a whole lot of opportunity for that team to work. I would like to see somebody with a Grievous that doesn't have a Relic B1 take out C. Cause I feel like a Relic B1 is the answer. I mean, unless you have that. And once you Relic B1, I mean, again, I don't know how you guys see it, but from everything that I've seen, everything that I've done in the game, as soon as I hit Relic with the B1 Battle Droid, I went straight to 8. I didn't waste any time at Relic 3 or Relic 5 or any of that stuff. I mean, this is a damage-dealing monstrosity. Once you get him to Relic, you just take him up to do as much damage as you can. So on my main account, I need to start saving Grievous on offense on my main account. Yeah, that's probably a good idea. Did I do that this time around or not? I don't remember if I put him on defense or not. Oof. We got cleared, boys. Yeah, no, I don't think I put him on defense. Wow, one-shots everything over here. One-shots everything here. And I felt like I put down a pretty good defense. And then, of course, the back wall was just garbage. He stalled out on my last team back here. Yeah, so we ran him out of teams on our last team. Yikes. Wow, that's a good offense. And then he hasn't even played ships. So he's probably just waiting to see if I play. That's a tactic a lot of guys use. They clear everything but ships, and then they just wait till the last minute in GAC, and then they do the ship battles. They lull you into thinking that you're going to win, and then they come in and beat your ships. So, interesting. In fairness, you are 2.9 punching up against guys double your GP with 2 Galactic Legends. It's going to be hard to beat whatever you do. Yeah, that's absolutely true. I mean, put it this way, guys. If I was at 5.4 million galactic power, like this guy, and I lost to a guy that's 5.6, if I lost to a guy that's still under 3 million galactic power, I'd be ashamed of myself. His mods are pretty bad, right? So, I mean, overall, in terms of account quality, he's got pretty bad mods. But you can't overcome, 3 million extra GP. It's tough. That's a lot. Even if the account is badly built, that's a lot of GP to overcome. And especially when my teams are stretched so thin. I mean, my defenses are just garbage after garbage on defense until I can build them up a little bit. So honestly, my account is very well situated for chromium, not situated well for erodium. But if I can get to erodium and get that crystal income, I'm certainly not going to hang out down in chromium just because they're better matchups, right? That's not what we want to do. So we'll probably go 2, and maybe we can win the last round, go 2-1, or 1-2 this round with the Loquitur account. We'll drop down a little bit, but, eventually we'll just try to settle into getting 2-1s. That's going to be the goal. But I've got my teams laid out. I've got a bunch of characters that I need to build. So in this week's account review, you guys are going to see I'm going to take a bunch of these characters to like level 72, put some initial skills on them, start putting mods on them, just get them on the table. And then over the course of the next few weeks, we'll try to start gearing up 19 teams worth of stuff while not losing focus on our JMK journey. DL, do you feel that bloating a bit would help you against this double GP opponent? I'm very interested to know what you mean by bloating. Okay. Yeah. I'm just going to give a few seconds for that to sink in with the chat. And you guys make comments. Like what do you think bloating an account looks like, and how do you do it? Because I want to answer this question pretty badly, but I do want you guys to have your input first. So Bookish Jungle. On C, I don't have a health main stat triangle. I meant to mod my C. On C. Oh, I misread that. I thought you said Grievous. I gotcha. I answered the wrong question, Bookish. I'm sorry. I completely misread that. We were talking about Grievous, and I read your question, and I just was focused on Grievous. For C, yeah, protection on C instead of health would be fine. That's okay. Yeah. Yep, protection would be okay. Defense, I had a defense mod on him for a little while. It's okay. So you're better off with a defensive stat on C than an offensive stat. Yeah, I'm sorry, Bookish. I completely misread that. All right. No comments on the bloating thing. So here's what I see, right? So if you want to bloat your account, what does that mean? Bloating an account means starting characters and starting ships. Guys, if you go back and look, I've started so many characters. Like, we were under tight GP control for a long time. And since they changed the Grand Arena, I've just been going crazy. So when you talk about bloating an account, the limiting factor is going to be credits. You can only blow up your account as much as your credits allow. Once you're out of credits, there's no further bloating that can be done. And even like I said, with this week's update, we're going to put stars on all these characters. We're going to start leveling these characters up. And we're going to add a bunch of GP, but we're just going to run out of credits. Within a very short period of time, even though there's more stuff that we would want to do, we just won't have the credits to do it. So in terms of bloating the account, I'm not intentionally going to bloat the account, but I am going to continue to invest all of my credits in shipbuilding materials. I'm not buying mods at all on Loquitur. Like, there are no mods that I'm buying. Let's take a look. I'm sorry, I got on the wrong screen over here again. But if we look at the credits in this account, we've got 35 million credits, and we'll just straight run out of those credits. We'll be out of those credits in no time. And on ships, again, we'll keep trying to push these ships along. We'll invest all of our shipbuilding material credits back into this. What I'm not willing to do is I'm not going to stop working on mods. There's no circumstance where I would say I want to bloat the account so badly that I'm not going to spend credits on mods. I'm always going to be spending credits to develop my mods, and what's left over then goes into character building. Yeah, but in terms of bloating, it's completely limited by your credits. If there's another way to do it, then I don't know it. Bookish, put a triangle with health % secondary until you get a health primary. I feel it's not bloating if it's useful GP, like gaining better teams or fleet. Bloat is just useless GP. Bloat to me is GP that's not effective, right? So if I build a B2 in my Loquitur account, if I build a B2 battle droid, I activate it, take it up to 7 stars, put it at level 70, put the initial gear tiers on it. It's not effective GP. It's just kind of taking space up in the account. It'll go in the Grievous team. It'll be a placeholder. But it is bloat. It's bloat until it gets good enough to justify its spot in the team. You know, until characters get to maybe gear 9 to gear 10 and start having an impact on the actual team, it's bloat. So if you look at Imperial Troopers, these guys are all good. Gideon's good. But this Stormtrooper, how effective is that? Against a good team, he takes 1, maybe 2 hits to kill him. Same thing with a lot of this stuff, you know. Iden Versio's up to gear 10. So at gear 10, you saw she's already pretty useful. 3 stars, gear 10, her GP is useful. So to me, that's what bloat is. It's in the past, I would always save up and I would unlock like 1 character at a time and then push them all the way up to gear 12. Now I've got all these gear 8, gear 9 characters that are just sitting around. But if I don't have these placeholders to actually make teams and put them on defense, then I wouldn't even be able to place teams. So that's it. That's my opinion on bloat. It's all a matter of credits. And we're going to end up with a whole bunch of level 70 characters. And then over the course of, like, let's say the next 6 weeks, we'll try to get those characters all up to level 85, start getting some mods on them, start getting some more gear, make them effective. The idea of getting to those 19 teams, for me, is a 10-week project. I don't look at that tab and go, man, I need these teams next week. I look at that tab and go, okay, I'm going to fill out these teams in the time that it takes me to close out my JMK journey and get JMK under farm. So I think if you're willing to work on longer timelines and you're committing to doing something over time, then it makes a lot more sense. You don't pressure yourself. You don't end up making a whole lot of bad decisions trying to force fit teams that you need. So that's it. And we'll just go as fast as we get credits. That's literally what it will be. We won't buy mods out of the store ever. We will just use all of our materials and all of our credits for expanding the roster and go as fast as we can. Nowadays, bloat might get you into a higher paying GAC bracket, but more losses with people who have better accounts. Bloating is completely irrelevant for GAC now. Nicest, I agree. The Frickfack Paddywhack says that he agrees. My definition changed a lot after the changes. In a different sense, I also bloated by building useless tunes just to get to 4 million galactic power for heroic conquest. Yeah. So again, I mean, building characters that are not effective is bloat. But if you tend to turn that bloat into good characters someday, it's fine. And like you guys said, it's not relevant anymore. But my point is, you can't go, well, I'm only at 3 million galactic power. I'd like to be at 4 and bloat your account to 4. It doesn't work like that. Like, you just don't have enough credits to do that. Or at least I don't. I suppose if you bought a whole bunch of crystals and bought a bunch of credits and just went crazy, probably do a lot more. But I deal with the credits that I'm given each week, and we'll chip away at it. That's why trying every battle in GAC is essential. It's worth 100k credits. Yeah, battle all the battles you can get. Yeah, I agree with that. Yeah, I think on that Loquitur account, I don't. We still had Treya, but we didn't have anything to put with Treya, so I don't even know if there was another battle in us for that. All right, let's just go ahead and get into the GAC on the main account. We talked a lot up front. We talked a lot in the middle here already. So let's jump in against Eugene Magic of RH Aurora. I guess that's supposed to be a U. RH Aurora. Let's just take a quick look. We did win the last round, and my defenses did hold. My Ray held. So we had a couple holds here with Ray. He beat the other teams pretty easily, but I did get the hold with that Ray, so that was good. Got us the win for the GAC. This time, Eugene Magic, 6.5 million galactic power, so we're roughly the same. So it's a similar GP matchup. He's got the Executor and all the stuff and ships. Malevolence, Negotiator. He's got a home 1 at Gear 11. Endurance, Radis. The Executrix, Executor, Chimera. Missing the Finalizer fleet, I think, is the only thing that he could have that he doesn't. Character-wise, 4 GLs, Luke, Kenobi, C, Rey, and all the stuff that goes with him. Malik, not much detour from all of the good meta teams. Really, 4 relics, formula account, not much room for other deviations. Does have the Omicron on Zam, I believe also on Qui-Gon. I didn't notice any other Omicrons. So we'll have to keep an eye out for that. Maybe he's got one on another character somewhere that I don't know about. Tough matchup. Good mods, good player. And you can see, like we talked about, he went through my defense already. Okay. Took him a little while to get through my Executor, but he did it. He's working on my Negotiator now, so maybe he'll get that too. All right, let's see what he's got on defense. He's got Kenobi, Rey. He did put the Qui-Gon team here. Padme was quite successful against that. I don't have my Padme team, but maybe for the future, that's an idea for a counter. Rebels here, that's a non-threatening team. I feel like there's a lot of stuff that we could do here. Okay. Qui-Gon team, we probably have to use the Empire on that. That's the best counter that I've got for it at the moment. Finn with some mixed resistance. Geos, Grievous, and Bounty Hunters with Zam. We've been pretty comfortable taking care of these kinds of teams with our JTR still. 283, so Bosk is not over 300. She's not going to be over 300, I don't think. 263. So we should be able to go first with the JTR team here, JKR here, this nest, whatever. We'll figure that out later. Okay, so that zone's not that bad. He got the Negotiator. Wow. Yikes. Full clear. Full clear with not much stumbling, so we gotta run clean on this. We got Cat, Mace Windu, Padme. Interesting. So we'll do the Padme Cat counter here. Might as well do that one first. Let's see if we can make that work. Use our C-3PO with that. We've been successful with this in the past. Let's hope for good RNG. The Padme is inconvenient in here. It does make it a little harder because every time little Ahsoka assists, they'll be getting some protection up. That still works off of her passive, right? Yeah, whenever they attack out of turn, gain protection up as her passive, so she doesn't have to be the leader for that to work. It's pretty annoying. We'll see if our cat can take out their cat. See if Mace gets in our way. Make it up as we go along. Hados says, hey, Loquitur just woke up from Australia. How are you today? Doing pretty good. All right, we lost our Kenobi. That's a huge surprise. Didn't know that was coming. Oh, wait, yes, we did. We knew that was coming. Let's see. I don't think the big hit does us any good right here. all over my cat. Okay. Let's do this. Get some courage stacks. Let's do this to try to remove his taunt. Okay, we got to get Cat going. She's not even close. Okay. I completely messed that up, guys. I completely messed that up. That was horrible. I did not think her ability was up. I clicked the button. It was up. I wasted it. Horrible. Horrible, horrible. I'm upset. A bit angry right now. Get off my C-3PO. Good gravy. Look at these guys. Work on little Ahsoka here for a second. Damage immunity is off a Cat now, so I can go over there. Let's just get the buffs off of her for now. Okay. Let's see how much damage we can do to her. Man, the C-3PO is getting killed. Alright, he's dead. Yeah, that clicking the wrong button there, not killing his cat, may be the end of this battle here, unfortunately. That was awful, guys. That was really bad. Alright, let's see what we get. I don't think he had taunt up either. I think I could have targeted Cat just fine. Yeah. Boy. Okay. Let's wait one more turn if we can. Nope. Nope, nope, nope. Well, that's going to be the end of this GAC. Oh, man. Good gravy. I think I'll let it go, though, because having Mace gone is kind of a big deal, so we'll let it go. Hey DL, seeing how GL Kenobi counter always lose your tank in the first few moves, would it be better to throw in a less desirable tank than General Kenobi? If you take another tank in, the only other light side tank that has taunt is L3. So you take in L3 and Kenobi, you lose Kenobi anyway. You take in a different tank like L3, you lose the tank anyway. So, yeah, I don't know. The lack of pre-taunt tanks on light side is what hurts. What do we have that could take out Rey? Let's try to kill Rey. How fast are these guys? 309. .281. And this is JTR, so she will definitely go first with BB-8. All right. If we go in here with Vader, I don't think we can win this with Vader because we're not going to get to go first and control things. If we could kill even one of these characters, Finn or Poe, then we're in good shape. I'm trying to figure out how to beat this without using Sith Eternal so that maybe I could throw C against Kenobi. How about Grievous? We keep talking about Grievous. Does Grievous do anything against Rey? Can Grievous counter either Rey or JMK? Either one? So we've got a Grievous team, we've got a CLS team, we've got Triumvirate. So we've got a few teams that we could throw against Rey to try to make a dent. Jedi Knight Revan to mark the Finn or the Poe. I don't know if we got enough speed. Yeah, we do. We could go after Rey. But this is the problem. BB-8's going to go, she's going to go. Whoever she randomly decides to hand wave, it's going to be a problem. If we take in the CLS team, we can pop her first. Or we could hit BB-8 and just stop BB-8 from going. And then maybe kill something with CLS. Grievous? Anyone? Grievous? What does Grievous do? Does Grievous do anything against either of these teams? Does Grievous have enough damage to take out one of these characters? I think she just gets to her ult and then Grievous just dies. Everything on Grievous' team dies to her ult. Alright, we're going to take in CLS here. We're going to burn our CLS team. And see what we can get done. Wait, DL. Wait. What? Okay. What am I waiting on? I'm waiting. While I'm waiting, I need something to fill the time, so I'm going to have a drink of coffee. What does Grievous beat? You guys keep telling me to bring Grievous on offense. I've got him on offense. You might want to think about burning Rey until she's yellow health. Burning Rey until she's yellow health while she still has the rest of her team doesn't seem like a great idea. Don't we want to try to kill one of the characters on her team first? At least kill a couple characters? She will lifeblood and drop herself below damage immunity trigger. They fixed part of that, though. So bringing in like one character at a time doesn't really work like it used to anymore. Grievous beats CLS. I need to beat Rey. I need to beat Rey with a non-GL team. Imperial troopers don't work against this because they get the damage immunity and they stop me from being able to kill them. And they can often do enough damage in that turn in between. Same thing with Empire. We would just trigger all kinds of damage immunity on them. Usually the non-GL counter is gas for Ray. Well, if I don't get through Ray, the GAC is just lost. So that's what we're up against. We either win here or we're just done. So my goal here is going to be to take out 2 characters before I lose my team. If we can take out BB-8 and one of the bros, I think we're good. And I think we shoot first on BB-8 or Finn. Maybe Hero Finn. Yeah, Hero Finn's probably the best first hit. Stop all that crazy inspiration from going everywhere. Alright, we shoot Finn first. See where we go from there. Alright, Finn. Okay, let's see. Let's go against BB-8. Okay. Hand wave. Let's do this. Do this. Yeah. There we go. 1 down. Alright. I don't think I'm going to get another turn. Yeah, no other turns. We'll make it look good, though. We'll get a whole bunch of 1s. Oh, yeah. Alright. We'll take Invader. So let's go with Empire. C, Vader, or Emperor Palpatine, Vader, Thrawn, Tank, Mara Jade. And just pray that somehow Mara Jade lives and we can give her a turn and get things going. Alright, in we go. Okay. Mara Jade lives. How? Oh, she whirlwinded herself. Lame. Okay. We're not going to be able to do anything there right now. Do that. We'll do that. We'll do this. We'll do this. And we'll do this. Then we will hit her again. Let's try to shock some people. Try to stun. She's already in the ult, so that's going to be game over for us. See you later. Sadness. Goodbye. Alright, then we're going to experiment with JMK up here, and we're going to see if I think did we put our Wat Tambor on defense? I think we might have put our Wat Tambor with our Maul. So we're just going to build a team here around C. Maybe Treya. Maybe Night Sisters. Maybe we do Night Sisters. And then try to get another Sith in here. Interesting. Talon will give me extra health and protection, right? Sith allies gain max health, offense, and speed. So 30% max health and some extra speed doesn't hurt me any. Then we'll take 2 stacks with the armorer. See if we can work our way through it. Do you have Star Killer? He's really good Ray counter. Yeah. I have no Star Killers. Let's do Cat and Padme. Get a turn, armor. Come on, get 1 turn. That's all we need. We just need you to do 1 turn here. Okay. There we go. Okay. Now, everybody else can die. That's pretty much what's going to happen anyway. Daka's going to go down 6 times in a row. Nothing to be done about that. Okay, get in there. Oof. Here comes the pain. Alt form. Get these characters out of here. That allows us to still link Kenobi with Cat. Okay. Just work on Kenobi because eventually we're going to get to the alt anyway. Not too worried about Cat doing too much damage to us. Or little Ahsoka, I mean. The non-Cat Ahsoka. This is looking good, guys. It's looking good. I think we'll clean this up. If he gets to another full alt, we'll have a problem. Alright. We're good. So we can clean that up with C. Again, without the tank, it's better. Alright, and we'll just run through a few of these other battles just for fun. Let's do some experimentation. What could we experiment with here? Iden Versio. Let's see, what isn't... Is Iden's Omicron killed by a GL? A lot of these Omicrons are just neutralized by a GL. If no other allies have the leader tag, win in Grand Arenas. Okay. Okay. No other allies have the leader tag. They gain stuff. Whenever they attack out of turn, we recover. When Rey does her ultimate, Upon activating, she deals true damage to the enemy. Can't be countered or evaded. Can you resurrect from Ray? Does Ray have anything that prevents resurrection? Spell prevented. So if she kills a bunch of my troopers with her ult, if they all have that thing that lets them resurrect, do they resurrect? I don't think she has anything that prevents revives. I don't think they can prevent revives. The troopers that I have to put with her are pretty awful. Guess we're about to find out. I don't think this team can even threaten Ray. But let's take the Iden Versio team in against something. Right? Let's take it in against something good-ish. Like this. And just experiment with it, play with it, figure out how to use it. Imperial Troopers. Get the Iden team up and running. We'll use her, Stark, Shore. Where is my range trooper? I don't know where my range trooper got placed. I guess he's in a defensive team somewhere that I don't know about. Because I should have a gear 11 range trooper here. I don't have him. Nikolai Isakov is here. I think Veer's lead Piet Dark Trooper has a better chance if you burn her down to yellow health beforehand. Just mass assist and kill her straight up. The problem is she's going to have turn meter and get to go first. So even if she's on yellow health, she can still do just a basic attack, get a bunch of health back, and potentially go twice before we even go. I don't think it's going to work out that way. We can go take a look at it, though. All right, what to do first here? Let's all assist on R2-D2. Get some buffs going on. Make my troopers less likely to die. Mostly just because we expected that they were going to kill my shore trooper, but they didn't. Get some damage with the staggers here. Get the taunt back up. We've still got the resurrect on him. Okay. Take me a minute to get back around to that R2 unit. Counterattacks are nasty. Let's get in there with everybody. Some stuns on him. This is a cleanse, right? Yep. Good. Get back on R2. Some buffs up. Alright, I have to get the taunt off of her again. Alright, 1 down, 4 to go. working out pretty well. I feel like Iden's doing a pretty good job. Stark's basically the only other geared character in here with her. The other guys are holding up pretty well. We'll do area effect here. Counterattacks are pretty bad. We probably need to get the buff up again so that we don't start losing guys permanently. Regain that protection. It's pretty good. Okay, get the taunt back up over here. Shore Trooper is definitely good synergy with this team. I think Shore and Ranged are really probably the way to go. I'm thinking now. Stark, Ranged, Shore, Snow. I don't know. Death seems like he's good, but I don't know about Death Trooper or Magma Trooper. Alright, so that was pretty good. Took out a pretty decent team with our Iden Versio. Practice this JTR again. Against the ZAM team. Okay, hand wave the Bosk. Get some fire on guys. Let's take out ZAM to get rid of these extra stats. Let's get over here on Cad Bane, give him the stick. Shoot him. Get all kinds of ability blocks. That's fine. It's gonna be fine. Shoot him. Small stick. Hand wave. Power up. This counter is just getting too easy, guys. We're getting this down like science. I guess I could have tried to stun this Boba Fett. Yeah, we'll just keep working on everybody but Bosk. Get back to him once he's the last guy standing. I'll just keep waving at him. Hello. Alright. Nothing left to do but give him the stick. Bam. 64 banners. That's good. Get Geo's solo nest. Why not? We'll just get the victories to make sure that we get our money. Just like we were talking about earlier, cash in on all the wins we can. Target the soldier. And take another drink. Sit back, wait, relax. Death Trooper on defense can deter a nest counter. Get rid of Veers. It cancels the Omicron because of the leader tag. Get rid of Veers. What you talking about, Veers? We had Stark. We had Stark in there, not Veers. Stark has no leader tag, so he's okay. He makes everything all right. boring watching this nest fight, right? Not exciting. It's a good character, but not the most exciting content to watch. Try to get this Poggle. I believe his stream lagged. Oh, when I was first looking at the team and I just clicked on troopers just yeah, when I was looking at Ray. Yeah. I wasn't paying attention. Maybe I had Veers in there at that time. Tasman says as fun as watching paint dry. All right. Well, we got the expected result. Same kind of thing here with JKR. Just keep practicing. Practice. And then we'll get an Executor that we get to practice against again. All right. Newt down already. Look at that. Instant Newt death. Okay. Target him. Get everybody going. Oh, ouch. Okay. Target here. Just take some time until I can get some protection back here, get some buffs spread around by Yoda again, hopefully. Oh, nope. I'm going to lose a couple characters. Alrighty then. I guess we don't get to pay the toll with Jolie Bindo. He's going to have to go all in with his Resurrect right away. Try to get some banners back. Okay. We'll do the heal with Hermit Yoda. They're roughing up my Bindo now. Throw it back around to him. We'll pay the newts. Kill off Grievous. And then it'll be done. All right. GG. GG. When you have a second, could you possibly explain why the Executor is so good? Please, everyone goes crazy over it, and honestly, I don't know why. Because the ships all start out with tenacity up. The opposing capital ship is super fast, and it gets a mass assist. So anything that you bring in against it, you can't debuff the original ships until you get rid of that tenacity up, and meanwhile, they tear you in half. Once the battle starts going on for a while, they do the special and destroy your capital ship, and you lose. So the Executor is very, very difficult to beat. We'll take in the Finalizer versus this Home 1 fleet. Get that battle taken care of real quick. So yeah, the Executor, honestly, I think there could be a lot more counters to that fleet. There could be a lot more things that would be effective against it. Except that initial tenacity up on all the ships is really hard to deal with. A lot of the stuff that could help you just doesn't exist because of that tenacity up. And it's a home for the Razor Crest. The Razor Crest is a very powerful ship. And giving it a base fleet to be in also is a pretty big deal. Alright, we'll call in our reinforcement. And we'll just keep working on the Y-Wing. Nothing left but a Biggs. He'll get a reinforcement, which we'll deal with in short order no matter what it is. Okay, not enough to kill him. Let's do this. Let's do this and go in stealth. Damage over times. We don't want to call an assist because if we do, it's going to take away our advantage, which we want to kill. All right. And then we're going to practice trying to one-shot the Grievous or the Executor. I am not very successful with this counter at all, but we're going to keep trying it. And then we've got the Ebon Hawk we need, and we'll throw this in. Not having a Relic Sunfac hurts me a lot in this matchup. Let's see if we can make it through. Alright. Slow down, take your time, don't just click buttons like crazy. We'll target the Hound's Tooth. Alright. There we go. We got our first dodge. Gets us a little bit more turn meter on our capital ship. Let's do damage to everybody. It'll trigger his Hound's Tooth, but it's whatever. Vulture number 1 gone. Let's get some buzz droids in these boys. Then let's try to clear some target locks. And we'll just put buzz droids back on here. They'll get shot right off again anyway, but maybe we'll get a hit in. No dodges available to us, so that's no good. Oh, he's got a taunt up. That's inconvenient. We'll do this to get another vulture droid. And we'll try to, man, I can't even get to the Hound's Tooth to put a shot on him. It's super annoying. Alright, let's get our chaff back up again. Stop the target locks. Now we're just trying to milk the clock until we can get to the ultimate ability. We're going to stun here and stun here. Okay. Just take the dodge off. And I don't have enough ships left. It's not enough ships. I didn't get anything done. 0 ships killed, right? Wow, useless. Alright, let's take this. Oh, what? Yeah, we're going to take this. Take tank. Take first order tie. And something else that's a throwaway ship. What's a throwaway ship that we've got? Probably not going to be using resistance. We could just throw a tank out there. Maybe we throw this out there instead. Bring in Vader. Geo. Just try to last long enough to get to Thrawn's ult. See if we can get to Thrawn's ult. get rid of the hound's tooth. Okay. Good job, guys. Holy cow. We'll go ahead and do damage to everybody. Remove turn meter. Doesn't really matter. Our plan to last a long time is not going well. We won't even get to our first reinforcement. Yeah. Alright. I have had some success with the Rebel fleet in here. So we'll mess around with the Rebel fleet one time real quick. And then we'll move on. Then we'll do the Abtisio Grand Arena. We'll get through that real quick. No, don't kill my Biggs. Biggs is just instantly dead. Okay, let's target. Yeah, he'll just dodge that, right? It's so inconvenient. All right, let's do this. Get a bunch of assists, kill him once, start working on a second life. Probably should have done that on... If Cad Bane wasn't stealthed there, that was a mistake. I think he was stealthed, but maybe he wasn't. Oh, so much damage. Good gravy. Yikes. Alright. Alright. I'm just over 600 KGP and I matched up with a 1.7 million galactic power player. Don't worry about that. I mean, if you're fighting a 1.7 and you're at 0.6, the likelihood that he's actually going to play is pretty low. He's probably not playing. That's the way I see it. You know, if your opponent's that high above you and he plays, what are you going to do? If he doesn't play, you automatically get a win. Just practice your stuff. On the Abtisio account, we've got an opponent with some relics. Got an opponent with some fleet. He's got the Chimera built, Executrix, Home 1. So he's kind of working on a bunch of ships. He's got Geos at relatively low gear Geos, so I'm not scared of those. But he does have some ships up top here. He's worked on the Phantom and the Ghost. He's got Empire stuff going. So he's got some fleet. Not very threatening, but some. He's got the Palpatine Invader relic. Some Gear 12 stuff. So what I did, I swapped up my defenses a little bit. I put the Geos down bottom to try to hold the bottom zone. Looks like they're going to hold. I put the Kylo Ren up top here. They got through him no problem. And then I put the Geo fleet on defense under Home 1. Ooh, that battle went for a while. Look at that. We got 2 reinforcements in. His defense got Jedi here. We'll take in Empire against that. Got Rebels over here. We'll take Mon Mothma in here. That saves our clones for the back wall in case there's something big on the back wall. Probably not, but puts us in a very safe environment. Mon Mothma is going to be able to soak the damage that comes out of the opposing team. We'll kill Wedge first. He's got a passive that's going to give damage and turn meter and all kinds of things to Biggs. So killing Wedge makes Biggs worse. We'll do that first. Take the hits. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and start working on Biggs now. take out the damage. Farm Boy Luke isn't very much of a threat. Akbar isn't a threat. Work through these guys. The only thing now is doing it in the right way where we can get back enough health and protection. Try to steal the turn meter and stun Akbar. Stole the turn meter but didn't get the stun. Okay. Do the blind. 74 banners. Gets us to the back wall. We've still got a clone team that's pretty powerful. We've still got Vader. Maybe we'll take clones in against these Jedi. He does have the Zeta on Bastila, which makes them less likely to get debuffed with the tenacity up. So we'll bring in the clones. Should be able to get through this without losing any clones, but if we do get the sacrifice triggered, it's fine. It'll be okay. We'll throw this. We'll get Rex. Give this over to 5s. Let's do damage. Call 5s, maximize our troop returns. We don't want to kill old Ben if we can help it, because he's going to give them buffs. Okay, get back on Bastila probably. She's probably the threat. She's gear 12, so it'll take some doing to kill her, but I think we're okay. Ahsoka's annoying because she removes our buffs, but I'm okay with that. Let's give this over to him to optimize our troop returns. Pass that again for a bigger hit. Bastila's actually taking some hits here. So you see how much damage we can do to Bindo. Try to not get the sacrifice yet. I don't mind if we get the sacrifice, but if I can keep him alive and keep more banners, then I don't prefer the sacrifice. Let me put it that way. Some teams you want the sacrifice, you just want it to come in right away so that you can do what you need to do. Here we're trying to get banners. And again, I don't think it's a risk of losing as long as we clear stuff. I don't think our opponent is going to get past what he already cleared. Geos are going to be a showstopper. 62 banners, not horrible. Then we can take in Vader back here. And I think at this point we can just do Palp Vader and be done with it. We'll go first, wreck all of his guys, get an underdog win. 68 banners, I believe we should be able to cash in here. And we'll do that. Merciless Massacre. Get him out of here. This. We're actually going to Force Crush again. We don't usually do that, but we want the extra kill on the Dark Trooper. And he stole our banners from us. Got a turn in there. 67. Stole one banner. Good stuff. Ship-wise. You wouldn't want Bindo out first because he can revive. I thought his Bindo was not Zeted. Yeah, there's no Zeta on the Bindos. I think the Resurrect ability is tied to his Zeta. So that's why I wasn't too worried about Bindo. We don't talk about Bindo. Probably could have done just Vader solo. Yeah, I like the free turns that get afforded to me by having Palpatine in the lead. Reduces risk. It's only one banner difference. I really prefer to have Palpatine in there. Alright, let's get in against this fleet with our off fleet here. Get Vader stunned up. And then we're going to switch over to Darth Maul. Well, that didn't pan out. Okay, we can do this. Get damage onto 2 Devourers up. Let's just try to get a stun on him. We didn't. Oh, he had low turn meter. We got the advantage, though. That's fine. We'll take that. Bring in this. Target Vader, call an assist, get a crit, and refresh our advantage. Kill him. Good, good, good. Alright, Xanadu Blood taking a beating. Ooh, and he gets a taunt in. That's going to make things take longer. Let's do this over here. Get taunt back on Biggs where it belongs. Now we got to get a target lock on somebody. Okay. And then we should be able to bring in Ahsoka, do a big hit from the middle skill, and just be done with it. Boom, baby. 64 banners. Quickly done, clean sweep. That's the way we want to see it. Man, this Subtitio account, the teams are coming along fast and furious, guys. I am very, very, very happy with the progress in this account. Ship-wise, we've got this Geo fleet coming up in really good shape. We've got the pilotless ships that we're building. We've got that little silencer Biggs and Fives fleet. We're working on Umbran for the Galactic Republic build. We've got Anakin coming for the Galactic Republic. Ahsoka, we'll start building her ship up pretty soon here. The hyperdrive gives us a couple other reinforcements to use throughout. So the ships are in good shape. In terms of squads, man, we've got the Kylo squad, clones. The Night Sisters aren't horrible. The Geos are good. Spy is very close to Relic. I'm going to get him already this week. So by the time I do the video for Subtitio tomorrow, we'll have those 6 other pieces. We'll have a Relic Spy in week 9. That'll be our 3rd Relic for the account. We've got Jedi coming along. We're going to be in good shape for this Qui-Gon Jinn Omicron pretty soon. Let's take a quick look here at Omicron levels. 17. We just need a few more Omicrons to get our first Omicron into the account. Man, I'm telling you guys, this account is feeling strong. I'm happy. I'm very happy with the progress. And we just need to get our fleet placement up. I get number 6 in fleet every day, but the top 5 guys are good enough that unless I get lucky against one of those Geo fleets right now, I don't get top 5. I haven't built Executrix, and they have, and the Executrix is the best capital ship for Geos in my opinion. I'm going to have to try to deal with, their Geos with my Home 1 version of it. Or else I'll just have to knuckle down and also build Executrix. But the Malevolence isn't coming along at all. You know, it's early game, it's early guild. We've only got 30 shards of the Malevolence. It's slow going. It'll be a while before that Malevolence comes into the account, unless we change guilds. So, within the next cycle of territory battles, if the clones are coming along nicely and the troopers come up and the Geos are done, I may have to look at a guild that's doing a stronger completion in Darkside Geo. I like the guild that I'm in. It's a fun guild, but we want to push as fast as we can to the best guild that we can and try to get these ships and materials into the account as fast as it will come. All right. Hey DL, what gear geos would you use? Said for Watt Shard. Yeah, as Wayne Tech Gaming points out, you got to have 16.5 galactic power on all of your geos, and I'm very close. The Brood Alpha gets there fast because the Zeta counts a lot of galactic power, so he's already where he needs to be. It would be a mistake, though, to leave your Brood Alpha this low gear. You do have to gear him up a couple tiers to get the Brute tough enough to do what he needs to do. Brood Alpha needs to be at least gear 11. Sunfac, you can get him to 16.5 at gear 11 with a couple extra pieces. Soldier is pretty tough. He takes most of the pieces, so we just popped him up. If you look, he's gear 12 and he's only 16.4. If we improve his mods a little bit, he'll hit that 16.5 threshold, no problem. Spy will be relicked, and then Poggle. I think we have to lock down like 3 or 4 pieces with decent mods, and then Poggle can be 16.4 or 16.5. So, yeah, not too far off. Not too far off. We'll get a bunch of star ups on our clones on Shock T. That team's going to be coming along. We're going to have to bounce back and forth. It's going to be tough because I need Arc Trooper out of Cantina. I need Gideon out of Cantina. And I also need signal data. So we've really got to start getting some more crystals or doing something different. I don't know. But to get these characters out of Cantina and also farm signal data is not easy so far. Already an imbalance in the account. It's good though, man. I like it. I feel like I feel like by the time I get to Bronzium, I'm going to be fully prepared for Bronzium. 5 defense, 5 offense. I don't think is going to be a problem for this account. I'm interested to see if Obtisio will pass my Carbonite 3 account. Yeah, I think Obtisio is really on a winning trajectory. Mods are in horrible shape. I mean, how good can your mods be 9 weeks in? So we're getting some good mods. I mean, the overall status with these mods is not horrible. If we look at all the mods, get rid of the arrows, and then look at the speed. We've got a couple 23 speed mods already. We've got a 17 triangle here, 16 on 4 rolls, which isn't that great, but 16 speed mod here. So we've got a bunch of stuff. When we can start slicing 6 dot mods, next, we'll hit this one on Vader. 14, we've got an unassigned 14 that still isn't even gold. We've got 13. So if we take everything over 11, we've got 3, 16. We've got 19 mods that are 12 speed or higher already. So that's pretty good. It's coming along. The galactic power is building so fast, though. I mean, we've got 1.3 million galactic power already. So by the time I get to 1.5, I don't think I'm going to have my 3 characters over 300. Jake DeVita says, I started my new account about 2 weeks before Obtisio. I built a bit more Padme instead of First Order, but otherwise very comparable. And Carbonite doesn't even feel fair at the moment. Yeah, if you buy the Hyperdrive bundle and you just start playing, man, it seems like you're ready for Bronzium as soon as you start. That's a good feeling. I mean, the thing that I take away from this, if you're a new player and you're coming to the game and you're willing to start playing and buy the Hyperdrive bundle, you can very quickly be competitive. And right now, I would say I don't want to sound like I'm selling something for CG, but if you're a new player, honestly, if you're ever going to spend money in the game, ever, buy the Hyperdrive bundle right away. If that's the only money you ever spend, you'll be happy. Yep. Lord of Stone says, what mod sets have you been farming? Speed. I've been farming speed. And then if you watch my my mod guides, basically what I say is farm speed, defense, and potency. And if you were to look at my unworked mods right now on my characters, what you should see is speed, potency, and defense. And I also farm tenacity because I like, there's a lot of characters that I like to mod with tenacity. It's kind of like my thing. Like my team, I mod with tenacity. I've got tenacity on my crew. Just early game teams with tenacity on them before people start getting good potency, it can be good. It can make it harder for your opponent. It's not the best thing in the world, but it's a way to make things tougher for your opponent. But yeah, so speed mods, potency mods, defense mods. Yep, and there's some defense mods. That's what I'm farming. And I'll farm that for a long time. I've had a lot of people say, why aren't you farming offense mods? You need to farm offense mods. I don't need to farm offense mods. Early game, going first. If you have a relic character with 8,000 offense and you put offense mod set on him, it's a big deal. If you have this Jedi Knight Anakin at his current level with like, what, 1,600 offense, and you put an offense set on him and you get another 200 offense, who cares? If you put a speed set on him and you get another, 15 speed out of him, or 10 speed, even if it's just 10 speed, going fast and going first is so much more important. Later, when we've got our mods stabilized, we'll farm offense. We'll put offense on things like Anakin for sure. But for right now, what I lose by farming speed mods, I don't care. I have the flexibility that speed mods are my only set. So when I go into mod characters, I threw mods on bounty hunters today. I was trying to complete this galactic bounty, and I don't have any characters. I just got the basic bounty hunters that you get from the Hyperdrive bundle. So I went in to put in mods, and I threw scrap mods in these guys. Didn't just level 12 mods that didn't pass, that aren't worth taking to 15. So I just basically threw mods on some bounty hunters to see if I could complete that mission. And this is nice. We've just got speed sets, potency sets. So any character, you can just come in here and very easily pick a speed and potency set. It's easy. You've only got those mod sets. So that's what I feel like early on when you're first starting. Really, really limit the amount of mod sets that you farm. Make it super easy. Just mod all your characters with defense, potency, and speed. Later, you could start optimizing your mod sets. Yep. I stand behind that 100%. Apologies says, I started in August 1st of last year. I hit 85 like a week before the new GAC setup, and I basically cleared carb 5 and 4 so fast, but I feel like I've been carb 3 forever. Well, apologies, hit me up over on the Discord. Go into the Ask Loquitur channel over there, pop your ally code, and I'll take a look. I'll see if I can give you some quick advice on how to blast your way out of Carbonite 3. I think just automatically look at your account, pick fleets, work on those pilots. If you want a rebel fleet, it doesn't have to be a great rebel fleet. It doesn't have to be the Millennium Falcon and Biston's U-Wing and all the best stuff. It can just be like Biggs, Wedge, and the pilotless tank as your starting rebel team. Well, build Biggs, build Wedge, build their ships, put them on Mothma team together. That Mon Mothma team is just it's like a Geo team. Early game, it's tough. It's a hard team, you know. You saw me. I went through a team and got 65 banners with no problem. It's a fantastic little early game team. Mon Mothma's not that hard to build. I haven't even ever put the second Zeta on her to make her untargetable yet. And as long as you keep her gear up so that she's not the worst gear character on the team, it seems to go well. But whatever you can do to build fleet and have that fleet be the pilot characters that you build for characters, that's great. Start out that way, transition into, for this account, it'll probably be gas as my first big journey. We'll go clones, Padme, gas, get the Grievous team along the way, Ewok, C-3PO, and then we'll build Executor. Or a Galactic Legend. One or the other. Alright guys, I'm probably going to sign off here. I really need to go do some research on this new First Order ship. And I need to figure out how much I'm going to whale on that ship, if at all. We're also going to take a look at that Wampa. Let's go ahead now and favorite this Wampa. Take him up to level 85. I guess my stream's not done yet if I'm going to do this anyway. I'll just do it where you guys can see it. But we'll start making some commitments to Wampa here. Click, click, click. We'll stop around gear 8 and see about these Carbantes. Not using any Carbantes yet. Click again. One Carbante that I need for my Wat Tambor, Iden. Oh, I need it for my... Yeah. No, we can't use it up if we need it here. We need it for that piece. So we got to get Arc Trooper to gear 12 first. Then the next Carbante will go to Wampa. We'll build up this Wampa and we'll slap the Omicron on him and get him going. I'll take him all the way to Relic 9, guys. What do you think of that? You want to see a Relic 9 Wampa? 9. I don't know what his 8 to 9 looks like. He's not a tank character, so I don't know that he'll get that much advantage, but make Wampa my second Relic 9. Just optimize him, see how much we can get done. Did you see the AP Gaines video on Wampa Omicron? He made some good points. No, I have... My job is very demanding. I don't know how many people are new to this channel, but I have a very serious job. I work 50 to 60 hours a week at my job, and I don't get time to just sit around and watch videos during the week. We do streams during the week. I interact with my Patreon group during the week, so it's only on the weekend that I get to watch the news, and I'm usually behind everybody else. So yeah, no, I'm behind the times on everything. So we got to watch something from AP on Wampa, huh? I don't know. Man, it looks so good to me. I don't even care about the whole you get more stats if there's only one character on the other side. I don't even care about that. I honestly think you can build up the Wampa and take him 5v1 and win against a lot of stuff. First Order teams, a lot of stuff. I don't think he'll hold up well against heavy dot teams. So like the Old Republic, I think he's actually probably pretty bad against the Old Republic. Well, of course his tenacity is going to go crazy and they're never going to get debuffs down. I don't know, man. It seems like he could either be so good or he could be just like, just a tiny bit away from being good. I think if he's not as fantastic as I think, that's what it's going to be. He's going to be a step away from greatness. This is the first of your lives I've caught. Can we check your roster? Man, I've been on stream for 3 hours now. I need to get off of here, get something to eat, go to the restroom, do all the normal things that people have to do. 3 hours is about as long as I can go. So I got to hang it up here, Toxic. But all that stuff is linked over in Discord. My links to my Swigo GGs. So if you want to look at any of my accounts, all that stuff is just public information over in Discord. You can take a look, see all the stuff that you want to see. All right, guys, I'm going to wrap it up there. Go do some stuff, do some research, figure out this first order ship, and pick it up from there. Thank you all for watching. I appreciate all you guys. Like, subscribe, do that stuff if you haven't already. Join us over on Discord. And if you want to just hang out Tuesdays and Thursdays for advice, you can join the Patreon group as well. Cool group of people there. Hope to see you. Hope to see you over in there sometime. All right, thank you all for watching. And I will see you in the next Holocron.